Namaste, everyone. Good evening, all of you. I am Dr. Soumya from Center for Education and Social Studies. Center for Education and Social Studies is a research institution which is recognized by ICSSR and under the banner of Bharatiya Management, under the Bharatiya Management wing. Today, we are conducting an online session, Research the Indic Way, a landscape of Indic knowledge methodologies. We have with us today Dr. Ryali Anupama ji. Ryali Anupama ji is a professor and research head at MIT ADT University, that's Maharashtra Institute of Technology, Pune, School of Vedic Sciences, Loni. She is also a professor and chair, visiting professor and chair at Department of Sanskrit, Arya University, California, USA. She has to her credit a lot of credentials, which I think I cannot cover in an hour or so if I have to talk more about Anupama ji. So I'm cutting it short. I'm very sure that she is a very learned person and she is going to give us the overview of Indic research methodologies today. And I'm very happy to welcome you all the participants who have joined. I know people are still joining. Madam, with your permission, can we wait for another 2 minutes?
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am. In the chat, I'm now seeing that many people are telling me that I cannot hear. Can somebody uh, give me a sign saying that I'm audible? Just say thumbs up if I'm audible. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I request the participants who are not able to hear me can increase the volume in their system or please check from your end. Thank you. Ma'am, I think we can go ahead. Over to you, ma'am. I request you to render the session, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Namaste, everyone. And thank you, Soumya ji and her institution. The institution calls us for, which is recognized by ICSSR. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. And I also welcome all the participants. And I thank you all for showcasing the interest on this topic and joining the session. Hopefully, we'll have a fruitful session and get more information on Indic knowledge methodologies. Okay, now research in ancient Bharat. First, let us understand whether there was a research in ancient Bharat. Can anyone, you can, if I ask any question, it is for interaction and you can post on the chat. Can anyone say whether Bharat had research? And if yes, how? Yes, many are replying as yes. Tell me how, if it had research, how can you say that? Yes, it had research. Yes, every product is an outcome of research. History books, yes, history books like uh, there's Aryabhatta, Bhaskaracharya, Sushruta, Charaka, so many evidences are there that Bharat had research, no doubt about it. Okay, now tell me what makes any individual or any society or any country as such to work on research. What make, let us not talk just about Bharat. My question is, in general, what makes any individual or a society or a country as such to conduct research? Yes, necessity, curiosity, improvement. Yes, very good, good answers. And any other thing can I expect? Improve quality of life, very good. Yes. To know the unknown, yes. To get solution, yes. Problem solving, correct. Passion for subject, yes. But still, what makes one to bring out? Innovation and discovery, they all come in the meaning of research. So, the answer for this is, apart from the answers that are given in the group, the answers is when somebody is full-fledged, then they'll go for research. Suppose what are the basic needs that a human being need? Any human being of any society. What are the basic needs? Food, shelter, yes, food, shelter, and clothing. Correct. Food, shelter, and clothing. So let it be any society, any country. When we talk about the needs, it is food, shelter, and clothing. Roti, kapda, makan. And we dawn to dusk, we strive for these three. No doubt about it. The other aspects of human life, they come into the picture when all these three are fulfilled. That is food, shelter, and clothing. Then we think about more and more. So, for any individual or JM Reddy, sir, you can post your question here. So, for any individual or any society, will focus upon beyond food, shelter, and clothing. Will focus upon, yes, Maslow's hierarchy also correct. Will focus upon after these three needs are fulfilled. Correct. So, if a society, if an individual, if any other country, if any country is focusing on research, that means they are full-fledged. Full-fledged by what? By all means. Full-fledged by all means. That is abundance. Abundance by all means in richness. If a country is rich, if a society is rich, if an individual's basic needs are fulfilled, then they go for the research. So in that way, if you look into Bharat's situation, then undoubtedly Bharat was a rich country. Abundance by all means. Then, no doubt that Bharat had also research. So it was a rich. If you see South India, Krishnadevaraya's reign, Krishnadevaraya ruled the entire southern part. So his sabha was with full of court poets, scholars, because his administration did not focus on any battles or any other things. Similarly, if you see Bhojaraja's reign, Vikramaditya's reign, they were so much abundant that they need not focus on their livelihood because they are already full-fledged. And hence that made them focus on innovations, more and more advanced techniques, or more and more comfort for their lifestyle. This is why the need of research in general comes. So Bharat had research, no doubt, because Bharat was a rich or richest country rather, and hence could focus upon the contribution. Okay. Now, a general meaning or understanding of research. What could be the general meaning? A research is in any progressive society. That's why I mentioned progressive society, because in any progressive society there will be research. Progressive society is in general rich, and that means which is fulfilled with its basic needs. And then um, they articulate, they focus on the scientific innovations, discoveries and all, and they articulate, and that's where the output of research comes. So the meaning research, if you see the English language, it is re and search, made up of two words. That means they all to find out the already existing one is research. And the dictionary meaning is a systematic, a research that is done, a study that is done in a very careful, patient, systematic, and diligent inquiry is said to be research. Very careful. One should be careful. One should not be vague enough. So, very careful. Patient. One should have patience. The moment I conduct any research today, if I start doing any research, tomorrow I will not get the result. So the patience is very much needed. And systematic, diligent inquiry. So smartness also is needed, and there is a system that is needed. So this is in general the word research. Now, when we mention about when we mention about the this we talked about the research, then we already discussed that there is some research in Indic. So research is an English word. Then if there was a research in ancient Bharat, what were the words that were used for research? What were the words that were used for research?
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt, ma'am, but there is some blue patch that is coming on the text which is displayed.
Wait,
Yeah,
I'll stop
now it is
sharing.
gone. Yeah, now it is gone. Yeah, thank you.
I'll share it again.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And a note for the participants, please bear with us. We are not allowing everyone to unmute and talk. That is because to stick on to the timing. So as soon as the session is over, the Q&A will be open, and you can put the questions in between. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat box. Madam will take all the questions. Thanks for your cooperation.
Yeah, I'm also observing the chat. So very good answers that we are getting. Mimamsa, Anveshana, Anusandhana, very good answers. Then we have Parishodhana. Yes, correct. All these are correct. And if you observe, all these are in which language? Sanskrit, no doubt about it. So Sanskrit is the barrier, it's the bridge of our research system in Bharat, because as now we are doing it in English, whatever, whether it is physics, chemistry, any subject as such, they are compiled or composed in English. Similarly, in those days, we had Sanskrit as a national language where all the scriptures, all the treatises were composed in Sanskrit language. So yes, the word research in India, in Bharat, was in Sanskrit, like samshodhana, parishodhana, anusandhana, anveshana, mimamsa, gaveshana, all these come under research. Wonderful answers that I've got from you all. And of them, two are very prominent, that is samshodhana and tattvanusandhana. Samshodhana, sam is an upasarga, is a participle used for perfect, samyak. Something is nice, samyak. So samyak, shodhana. Shodhana, the word shodhana is a noun, that means research, is derived from a root called shuddha dhatu. Shuddha. Shuddha means to purify. What will it purify? So, it purifies the gunas. It removes the doshas. Gunebhyaha doshanam pruthakkaranam is Shuddha Dhatu. What is it purifying? When we say Shuddha Dhatu is a purification, then what is it purifying if we are taking it in the research? Gunebhyaha, from the gunas, from the virtues. Doshanam, the flaws are removed. Pruthakkaranam. Pruthakkaranam means they are removed. So we will remove the flaws and we will bring the virtues and bring out in the research. Okay? And the other word that I was mentioning for research is Tattva Anusandhana. Anusandhana means research. And Tattva means concept. Where a research is done on a particular concept. Somebody may choose agriculture, somebody may choose aesthetics, somebody may choose mathematics, physics, chemistry, whatnot. So the tattva, the concept a particular person chooses and works on it as a research is tattvadusandhana. Now, let us come back to the Indic perspectives of research. What do you understand? What can be the Indic perspective of research? How a research was organized or conducted in ancient Bharat? Any question? Any answer you can give? If you can give, how Indic research was conducted in ancient Bharat? Nalanda. Oh, so you mean to say there was a Gurukula There were many Gurukulas, and then those Gurukulas conducted. Anumana, Pratyaksha, Pramana, and all come under the methodology. I'm asking Takshashila University, somebody is answering. My question is, how in ancient Bharat research was conducted? Jyotisha, Ayurveda are the subjects. Okay, let me give the answer. No, mostly subjective case study. No, no, no. See, it's a very narrow thinking that research is considered as PhD, only done in universities. It is a narrow thinking, or let me not name any country, not Bharatiya at least. Bharatiyas never confined research to universities. That's why we never focused on degrees. We never had, in ancient India, if you see in ancient Bharat, we never had PhD degrees. Arthashastra, Kautilya's Arthashastra was a research on polity and economics. Did we give Dr. Kautilya? Did we say no? Aryabhatta invented something. Bhaskaracharya, Bhrugumashi, so many, they invented many, but we did not give doctorates to them. So, in Nalanda, Takshashila, these are all, Bharat did not confine the research to degree. So, how then Indic research was conducted? The answer is there's a difference between knowledge and literacy. The entire Bharat Desha was with profound knowledge. Do you all know why Bharat is called Bharat? Because Bha, it is, you can divide the word into two words. There is another story that Bharata ruled and hence it is called Bharat. That is also correct. Another perspective. But if you see the word Bharat, it has two words, Bha and Rata. Rata means indulged in. What do you mean by Bha? You might have heard some ladies, women names. Prabha, Abha, Shobha. That Bha is repeated there. What is that? Bha means light. And light always represents knowledge. Ignorance, darkness represents ignorance. Light represents knowledge. So the country or a society or the people who were indulged in knowledge is Bharat. Now, where are these people indulged in knowledge only? Is it only the people like Kautilya, Bhaskaracharya, Aryabhatta, Bhrigu Maharshi or someone like that? The answer is no. Each and every citizen of Bharat were indulged in knowledge. How can you say that? You take an example of a farmer. He knows when to plant, when to crop, when to cut the crop, when to harvest. Everything he knows. You talk a dhobi, he knows, he is the utmost, he knows the secrets of how to maintain the cleanliness for the clothes. You talk to a tailor, he has his own secret formulas. You talk to a goldsmith, he has his own secret formulas. This is followed by Vamsha. Vamsha, that is Varna system. Varna, during the colonial rule, we were taught that Varna means caste. It is not at all caste. Varna is a profession. Every a person was proud of his profession, his or her profession. You talk about cooking. It has some research on it. Cooking, Paka Shastra we call. We never call cooking era. So each and every person, whether it is a homemaker, whether it is a farmer, whether it is a goldsmith, a pot maker, anybody as such was a researcher because they were keen on their professions, they were keen on their works that were doing, and they were promoting, they were producing. That made, again, that is a secret that made Bharat rich. So the quality, everything was organic. So that made Bharat, indulged in research, that made Bharat to become rich. So there is a difference. We need not go to Gurukulas and learn and get degrees. There is a difference. Of course, that is also encouraged. People who went to Gurukulas also contributed by giving the Shastra knowledge. But the knowledge was not confined to education system, was not confined to literacy. The knowledge was open everywhere. Can you all imagine who were rich in ancient Bharat? Don't tell me the kings were rich. Kings were always rich. But apart from kings, who were rich? No, not poets and artists, no. Not Brahmins, no. I'll tell you a secret. Who were rich? It were somebody has texted me that you can't hear my voice. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, sir. So the richest person in Bharat was, you think in the middle class perspective, what were the utensils that a middle class person were using in their kitchen? Pot made utensils. And they were brittle. They were brittle. And frequently people used to buy them. And that's why pot makers were rich in Bharat. Because their business was like full-fledged business. So they know the techniques of making the varieties of pottery. So you talk to any professional, they were satisfied with their work and also they were happy with their profession and no comparison. They were pride. Yes, I'm a goldsmith. Yes, I'm a pot maker. They were pride of their professions. And they were confident that nobody will trespass their profession because they have their own secrets. That is Varna that gives them their secret. So this is how research happened in ancient Bharat. Okay. Now coming back to our knowledge and literacy, we talked both. Now coming back to the literacy part where they articulated, they produced like scholars produced. So what is the Indic perspective of research? Okay. The first one is Guru's Vachana. Yatotharam muninam pramanyam. You see Vyakarana text. It is mentioned in Vyakarana text, Yathottaram, whatever the predecessors have mentioned. We all know Panini is the father of the Vyakarana. He has given us the Ashtadhyayi. We all know that. But even in Ashtadhyayi, Panini has given the reference of his predecessors. Natya Shastra, Bharatamuni. We all know Bharatamuni has composed Natya Shastra. But he refers in so many places in the Natya Shastra text, he refers the names of the predecessors. So we have this culture called Yathottaram Muninam Pramanyam. We take all the information from the ancient gurus or predecessors. And the bridge of all the scriptures, that is Sanskrit language, and Indic words for research, that is Shodhana, Samshodhana, we all discussed this. Now, there are some components of research. As I mentioned, our Indic research methodology is not confined to universities or Gurukulas. It is open. Whether somebody is taking the cooking department or somebody is taking the farming department, whatever the subject is, whatever the domain is, there is an approach. That approach is Indic approach and it is the components of Indic research. Components are mainly three: Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa. I repeat, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa. Shravana, We never had the concept of writing. So in olden days, we used to go to the Gurukula, or even at home also, Matru Devo Bhava, mother is the first Guru, then Pitru Devo Bhava, and then Acharya. At home or anywhere, it is oral transformation of the knowledge. Even if you take the modern examples, the students write notes only after listening to the teacher, right? So it is Shravana. First, listen. Listen what the gurus say or the elders. If gurus, whenever I'm using the word guru, it is an elder also. Because it need not be always going to Gurukula. It can be at home also. With the grand education with the grandparents, education with the mother, father, with the elders at home. So the first component that Indic research believes in is Shravana. Listen. Listen to what? Listen to what the elders are saying. Okay, then is it the final one? Is it Shashana? If elders say, should we believe blindly? Then the Indic component says the next one is Manana. There is no Shashana as such. Even if the Guru says, it is only okay, listen. First listen, understand, and then come back to Manana. Oh, liberty is given, freedom is given to the disciple, to the student. Manana, analyze, think. There is no such a sashana that I said and this is final. There is no like Shivagami in the movie Bahubali. No Shivagami. No Guru says my word is final. Whatever I say is final. They only impart knowledge with liberty. The students are given liberty. Then that's where the manana falls. You come upon with your thoughts, with your manana analyze and bring up your unique output. That's why there are so many matas, abhimatas, purva paksha, uttar paksha, because of this manana. Analyze and come back. Then how can I bring out my own opinion? I heard what my elders said. I analyzed and I want to bring out that comes with nididhyasa. What is this nididhyasa? Any guess? Practicing? No. No, not practicing. Nididhyasa is not practicing. Contemplate, yes, to certain extent. Internalizing, how? How internalizing? So nididhyasa is nothing but meditation. In modern words, it is meditation. But if you ask in Sanskrit, what is the word? Concentrating on it, how? Dhyana, how? What is it called as? Okay, I'll give you the answer. Yeah, let me check the new chat. Dhyana, concentration is how it's happening. Okay, it is nothing but tapasya. Nididhyasa is tapasya. Oh, the word tapasya means, oh, now you may think that, oh, we have to go to Himalayas or some other mountains, Sahyadri mountain, somewhere we have to go and contemplate. Is this the answer? Then the answer is no. Tapasya can happen anywhere. It comes from within. See, I can do meditation even in the sabha, where everybody is talking, arguments are happening, but still I can contemplate. That is what called as focus. The disturbance will may be external but not internal. That is what tapasya. Being a household, one can do tapasya. No shastra supports that wear a saffron dress and go to some mountain areas and do tapasya. Vanaprastha ashrama or sannyasa ashrama, they are different concepts. For research, in the sense, again, don't go to PhDs and thesis. I'm talking about ancient Bharat research, where anywhere it can happen. It can happen in an agricultural field also. It can happen in a kitchen. Anywhere it can happen. That happens with tapasya. What do you mean tapaha? Tapaha comes from the tapana. Tapana is that curiosity, inquisitiveness. You know, tapaha. Tapaha means heat. It comes from tapaha. You know, the gold is several times, even the diamond, they are put into that tapaha, that heat, to bring out the original ornament, whether it is diamond or gold. Tapana, that's even the internal mind. From mind, it should come up. That is what called nididhyasa. And this nididhyasa can come as a just I got the idea within fraction of second. And that is nothing but spota. Spota in Vyakarana. Spotavada, you might have heard. Spota is nothing but blast. It can happen in a fraction of second. Blast is not the atomic blast. The blast that happens in the brain, not brain hemorrhage again. The idea that sprouts in the brain is nididhyasa, that spota. It comes out because of nididhyasa. So, whether a farmer, a goldsmith, a homemaker, a tailor, you take any field of work, an engineer, a doctor, a teacher, anybody as such who are indulged in profession or in any work rather, then followed by Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa, the output is wonderful output, productive production, which can be used or which is useful for the society at large. So to conduct a research, if you are following Indic research, then the formula is threefold. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa. First, listen to your gurus. Nowadays, we have books also, so read the books. Listen what your teacher is saying, what your guide is saying. Then analyze. Don't blindly believe what your teacher is saying. Analyze. When you analyze, only you will come up with new thoughts. And that new thoughts happen with Nididhyasa. It can happen when you sit with a cup of tea or when you are driving. Because your brain, your focus, yes, I got this idea. I have to add this in my article or in my work. So that thought process, indulged, continuous, constant, whether you are doing some work, whether you are not doing, whether you are sitting and contemplating, whatever it is, that thought process, suddenly spota arises. That's what Vyakarana also says. That blast, yes, this is the idea. Even if you see Archimedes, Eureka, Eureka is nothing but that blast. Okay? These are the components. Now, I have to conduct a research, or let me not go to the research. I have to work upon something. Then, what should I work upon? How should I work upon? So, these are the research questions. Now, if you see, if I talk about core thesis in the modern days, they'll ask you to come up, your guide will ask you to come up with research questions. I'm talking about contemporary PhD and thesis. But we had these questions, and these questions, anything I'm talking about in this session, nothing on my own. Anupama has not created anything on my own, on her own. I am taking all the information from the scriptures. Now, for example, you may have this doubt. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa, where this information is from. You can refer Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. It is a conversation between Yajnavalkya and Maitreyi. 2.4.15, where the Upanishad says, you can find this in many Upanishads, but I'm giving you just a small example of one example I'm giving you. If it doesn't mean if Brihadaranyaka Upanishad has mentioned, the other Upanishads did not mention. I'm just giving you one sample example. Atma va are drashtavyaha. Shrotavyo mantavyo nididhyasitavyaha. There in that Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the concept is about Atma. That's why it says Atma. But otherwise, if your concept is something like Krishi, farming, then you put that. It's a framework. You can add any subject there. So, Shrotavyo, one should listen. The Tavya is a participle in Sanskrit Vyakarana. Shrotavyo, Mantavyo, analyze. Then Nididhyasitavya, one should do the penance. Okay, so similarly, let us come back to our these questions. These questions are not my own questions. I didn't create any question. These are the questions from Mimamsa. Kim bhavayet? If I have to conduct a research, okay, forget about research. If I have to do some work. Like today, my work is I have to deliver a lecture here, a session. What should I deliver? How should I deliver? With what means should I deliver? Like somebody is writing an article. Kim bhavayet? What should I write? Katham bhavayet? How should I write? What is the means? Kena bhavayet? So these are the questions given by Mimamsa. You perform any work. You do any research. I'm time and again I'm repeating not just research. I'm repeating it as a work. You choose a topic. You choose a concept. You choose a work. These are the questions. Kim bhavayet? What should I think upon? So, what is that think upon? Now, what is my subject? Suppose I'm an engineer. Then I should think upon those lines as an engineer. I'm a teacher. I should think upon the lines as a teacher. A farmer thinks about his topic. So, kim bhavayet? Phalasya prayojanasya va nirnayaha. A decision that should be focused upon the result. If I do this, if I write this, what is the result? If I cook this, what is the result? If I stitch this, what is the result? Then katham bhavayet? What is the sadhana? What is the instrument? Phalam praptum sadhananam nirnayaha. What is the instrument that I choose? If I want to write an article, then which book should I read? What is the topic? Is the first question answered? Which book should I refer? Whom should I approach? So this is about how, answering how. And then kena bhavayet? Sadhanasya prakarasya nirnayaha. Now I have to conduct a research. Which institute should I join? I want to know about Indic research methodology. That made many join in this session organized by CES. So how should I go? What is the path? Kena. This last one is what is the path? I got my concept, the first question. I got the instrument. With that, where? That is the path. So if I want to join in a PhD, which institute? Or if I want to cook something, which YouTube channel or which homemaker or whoever it is, which professional, whatever it is. So these are the questions that were given by Mimamsakaras. Mimamsa Shastra asks you to focus on these questions. And again, it is not confined to Mimamsa. It is a framework given by Mimamsa. You can apply it anywhere. It's like a formula. This is not similar to Anubandha Chatushtaya. We are coming back to Anubandha Chatushtaya. We are coming. The next topic is Anubandha Chatushtaya. I have seen somebody's chat as Anubandha Chatushtaya. That is something different. We are coming to that. Okay. So these are the questions that are asked, that can be asked by anyone who are conducting the research or any work as such. Okay. Now, what next? Now, I have chosen the topic. I have chosen the instrument, everything. Now, what next? Comes your Anubandha Chatushtaya. That is the fundamentals of Indic research. Anubandha Chatushtaya is somebody must have chosen mathematics is my subject. Somebody must have chosen agriculture is my subject, or architecture, design, aesthetics, pedagogy, physics, chemistry, sky is the limit. Somebody according to. So, what makes one to choose the subject? It is my interest, my passion. Then, if you choose the subject, are you eligible for that? I am a good researcher. I can say that, yes, I'm a good researcher. Now, can I go and do in engineering and say, tomorrow I'll join in engineering department and say I'm a good researcher and make me join here? Means no. The answer is no, because I'm not eligible there. So you should choose the topic. You should choose the eligibility. A prodigy. Prodigy is one who is a good scholar right from childhood, right from birth. So can we make him directly? Can we join in PhD? No. There is a rule. Past first SSC, then +2, then UG, then PG, then PhD. Okay, considering one may give him some promotion, give him or her some promotion, double promotion and all, and promote and then do that PhD thing. But again, there you need that certificate. That's why he has been promoted. So this eligibility is very, very important. What is this Anubandha Chatushtaya? The fundamentals of Indic research is the four are many from the audience must be knowing, but I am still repeating. Vishayaha, Sambandhaha, Adhikari, and Prayojana. Vishaya is the subject. Until SSC, we will be learning all multiple subjects, whether you are interested or not, because basic knowledge is needed. Then slowly you will go into your specialization. From +2, UG is more, and then PG, and then further. So that's where Vishaya. I want to do Vedanta. Are you eligible? That's where this Adhikari. Adhikari is no doubt the disciple, the student, but eligibility of that Adhikari. I'm an expert in aesthetics or Sanskrit literature. I can't be an expert in engineering or some other domain. So that's where you should choose the subject Vishaya. Then Adhikari, the eligibility, and Prayojana. Prayojana we'll discuss. All the three will be connected with Sambandha. Sambandha is connecting all the three aspects. Now I've chosen the topic Vishaya. Am I eligible or not? And am I fruitful or not in that field? That is Prayojana. So when we talk about, so this is how Sambandha plays. When we talk about Prayojana, I'm talking about the Prayojana in Anubandha Chatushtaya. What do you understand by that Prayojana? What do you mean by Prayojana? Purpose. Prayojana is purpose. In Sanskrit, there is a saying, Prayojanam vinana mandopi pravartate. Mandaha. Mandaha means a fool. Even a fool doesn't start any work without any purpose. So, what do you mean if in Indic thought process you understand what could be our Prayojana? What Bharatiya Paddhati talks about Prayojana? Whether you do agriculture, whether you do irrigation, whether you do cooking, anything, teaching, medicine, anything. What is Bharatiya Paddhati Prayojana? What according to Bharatiya Siddhanta? Just any clue you can give it in the chat box. Moksha, yes. It is very easy. Everybody, the ready-made answer is moksha. Of course, that's true because it's the ultimate goal. But right now, we are not talking about moksha. We are talking about the material things. Betterment of humanity. What do you mean by that? You're right, partly, Vindiji. Partially, you're right, but how? What do you mean by betterment? Okay, let me come. You're all giving partial answers. Dharma, utility of something. What is that utility of something? When I talk about these concepts of Indic Anusandhana, then Prayojana is something different. Bharatiya Siddhanta talks about Prayojana in a different way. That Prayojana has twofold. That is, one is there is Vishwa Shanti and the other is Purushartha. See, all the rich countries, the modern rich countries, China, America, they may conduct so much of research. Still, the whole world is scared because that research can produce any damage. Like we got COVID because of some research, and it was destructive to the whole human world as such. But our Indic research supports Vishwa Shanti. If you are conducting a research, if a farmer is doing the work, it should be not destructive. Vishwa Shanti means promoting the entire world some peaceness. No, that means with my work, I'm not destructive. If a tailor is doing some work, if goldsmith is doing some work, it becomes Vishwa Shanti when it is not destructive. That is the utmost prayojana of Indic research. Then the next one is Purushartha. Purushartha, you all know Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. But why it is important in any research? Dharma, I'm doing my duty. How am I doing? Is it by performing some crime and doing it? Or by being ethical and doing it? By harming someone and doing it? Or by doing good to someone and doing it? Now, suppose a homemaker is cooking. She got angry on someone in the family. And in the tadka, she has done mirchi masala jada dal diya. She has put so much of mirchi masala. That is not Vishwa Shanti because she's destructive there by destroying somebody's harmony, though it is at individual level. So, when I'm following my dharma, am I promoting harmony to human or am I destroying that harmony? That is what dharma is. Am I performing my duty with dharma? That is with following my principles, following my ethics. That is dharma. Artha. Artha generally, it's actually a huge topic, but I'm just giving in as a summary. Artha is something related to money. How am I earning? I need money because I have to survive and I have to earn. How am I earning? Am I taking bribes from someone and earning? Or am I ethically earning? That is dharma. So, artha should be based on dharma. Whatever you are earning, just think whether it is based on dharma or not. Then third comes kama. Kama means desire. It is not lust. Kama means desire. As a human being, right from my birth till death, I have desire. Even Upanishads also support. Taittiriya Upanishad says, Samudra iva kamaha. Nave kamasya antosena samudrasya. The desire is like an ocean. Ocean doesn't end and the desires do not. Then how should I control? How should I fulfill my desires? Follow your artha. What is your bank balance? What is your pocket? Is it permitting or not? And how should I balance my bank balance or pocket? Based on dharma. If all these three are followed, moksha will automatically, it is the path for moksha. One need not, nowhere it is mentioned, go to Himalayas and perform tapasya and get moksha. Nowhere it is mentioned. Dharma, artha, kama. You follow this. Do your duty. Earn money by following dharma. Fulfill desires by following your artha. That is earned by following dharma. Automatically, you become mokshagami. So the prayojana of your research or of your work should be Vishwashanti and Purushartha. Vishwashanti means somebody has created a mathematical formula. Now, where is Vishwashanti means? It is not destructive, that is itself is Vishwashanti. Somebody has designed a new cookery item. It is giving some what is that health to the physical body and also not destructive. Then that is Vishwashanti. So whatever work we do, it is the prayojana should be Vishwashanti, contributing to Vishwashanti. That means to be non-destructive, to create harmony. The other is Purushartha. Now you be let you be an engineer, you be a teacher, you be an architect, a farmer, a homemaker, anybody as such. Follow this Anubandha Chatushtaya, follow this Prayojana in Anubandha Chatushtaya, and this is nothing but Indic way of research or Indic way of doing work, and you will flourish. Okay, so where can I get this information now since almost 1 hour? I'm almost telling you some components of Indic research or some fundamentals of Indic research. Now, if Anupama tells, it is not final. But where this information is? Any guess? Don't give me the answer of scriptures. It is not Indian word. Give me an Indic word. Shastras. Excellent, Gayatri ji and Srivani ji. Excellent answer. Shastras. Shastras give you abundant information. Okay. If Shastras gave, why should I believe Shastras also? Why should I believe Shastras also? The correct answer is Shastras, correct? Why should I believe in Shastras? What are these Shastras? The word Shastra, again, no, not Upanishads. Okay, Shastras. Upanishads are, yes, informative, but Shastras are more authentic. Because, yes, Darshana Shastras, all you take Paka Shastra. I connect most of my lectures to kitchen or homemaker, because unfortunately they are the utmost priority should be given, because of that our kitchen and homemakers we are surviving. No kitchen, no survival, only hospitalization. I give most examples from kitchen in my any of my lectures, because that is the practical lab and a happening lab in our life. Okay, so why Shastras? Why should I believe in Shastras? Because Shastra has an etymology called Shasti Anena iti Shastram. Just in 2 minutes, I'll conclude my session. Shasti Anena iti Shastram. That is one which instructs. Shasti means instructs. What does it instruct? Vidhi Nisheda Upadesha Vakyam Shastram. Vidhi Nisheda Upadesha Vakyam Shastram. What is Vidhi? Itham Karaneyam. Itham na Karaneyam. One should do this. One should not do this. Nishedha is one should not do this. Itham na Karaneyam. Satyam Vada. Dharmanchara. So, that is what it says, Vidhi and Nishedha. Then what is the third one? Upadesha. It instructs. It instructs what to be followed, what not to be followed. When a Shastra gives you so many things, then definitely it should be followed. And what are the components of Shastra? Simply it doesn't give you a rule that Satyam Vada Dharmanchara. It simply doesn't give. It has also some features. What is that feature? Lakshana, Pramana. These we will discuss if when time permits. These are all very vast topics and we will discuss in our forthcoming sessions. Now, for example, what is Lakshana? Lakshana means definition. Now I am showing you all. This is, everybody can see, this is spectacles. And you will say, Upanetram, spectacles. Now somebody comes and say goggles. Can you accept? The answer is no, because this is a spectacle that has its own features of being spectacle. Goggles has it has its own purpose. So the lakshana given by Shastras are also followed by pramanas, followed by niyama. And that's why they are so strong. Shastra means, don't compare it with science. Science is not a synonym for Shastra. Science is a very narrow word. Physics, chemistry. Now I say aesthetics. Aesthetics is a something that deals with a subject that deals with beauty. So aesthetics is not science in Western aspect. Physics, chemistry, biology, all these are sciences. But you talk about farming, you talk about agriculture, you talk about cooking. Cooking is called Paka Shastra. You talk about any subject, any concept in Bharat, it is called Shastra. And surprisingly, Chaurya also is under Kala. It is a Shastra. Only thieves can do it. They have an art. They have a technique in doing it. They don't reveal it. They have some schools also. Okay, the Kama Shastra, Kama, the erotic pleasure is also described as a Shastra. So, you take any topic, any concept, they are all Shastras for us, for Bharatiyas. That's why Bharat was abundant with Aishwarya Aishwarya in the sense by all means of wealth, that includes research also. So with this, I conclude this is only landscape. When I was talking to Soumya ji, I told her we will only talk about the landscape. So this is only to give a basic information. I guess I have done some justice in giving the basic information in talking about the landscape of Indic research. And if you have any questions, please let me know.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. It was indeed a detailed overview. Now I am, before I open or unmute the participants, we had a couple of questions in the chat box. If you can actually take them. Dr. Abhishek had asked in the middle of the session, can Gunakarma Vibhaga be translated to profession?
Yes, Varna system was absolutely a profession. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashaha. Correct. Only during colonial period we were taught that this Varna is caste, jati, dharma, religion. Dharma is translated as religion. Dharma is a way of life. So yes, your question, your answer also is correct. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. And initially, Sri J. Reddy sir had raised his hand. If he is on the call, Reddy sir, you may go ahead in asking the question, please. I have allowed the participants to unmute themselves.
I'd like to know how you introduce this research, Vedic research into our modern research methodology courses.
Yes, sir. So we already have research. There is a research methodology also. Tantra Yukti is a yukti, that is principle, is a technique that is followed as a research method that was followed pan-India throughout Bharat. Okay. Then Kautilya followed that. Ayurvedic text, Charaka Samhita, Sushruta Samhita followed those methodologies. And when you talk about contemporary methods, like if you see modern methodologies, you have so many names like qualitative, quantitative, hermeneutics, ethnography.
Yeah. Yes.
So many are there. Now, if you see those categories, I can challenge, I can connect with every method to our Indic system. Only thing is we didn't give them those names like hermeneutics, ethnography. Our Upanishads is the best example for pedagogy because you take any Upanishad, it was a conversation between a guru and a shishya.
Is Chanakya's Arthashastra based on any research foundations and logic and all that, or just some statements and...
Yes, sir. He followed Tantra Yukti, Adhikarana 15. Please refer Adhikarana 15. He followed Tantra Yukti, which is a Yukti based on research methodology. Please follow Adhikarana 15.
Good evening, madam. This is Mun Prasad, madam.
Yeah.
Faculty of School of Allied Health Science, Jain University. My question is like before my due question. It's an interesting session over this. I really enjoying your discussion, your style of things. I'm really very much happy. My question is like this: the present methodology in the research, the present methodology system in the research, and how we can connect it to the epic base. Are
How
you
we can connect it to?
and Indic knowledge? It's like Indic knowledge of things. So scenario based, like we are telling Indic knowledge. How we can connect the present methodology with Indic knowledge way.
Correct. That's what J.M. Reddy sir also has asked. Same question he asked. I'm telling you, see, the methods that are there, qualitative, quantitative, ethnography, all these methods even were prevailed in ancient Bharat, but not with those names. we can have another session where we can discuss about the research methods, where I can prove you ethnography. It is connected with Upanishads and Puranas. We followed that ethnography, the system of ethnography. It is a modern research method. The name is given in the modern research method. Similarly, quantitative. Our Jyotisha is nothing but quantitative research methodology. Similarly, we have so many. I can connect all methods to the ancient system. Only thing is, we didn't give them those names called modern names.
No, my question is like nowadays we in the research methodologies we need to give the proper validations for every kind of a methodology. We
Okay,
can't just
then Tantra Yukti is the answer. You can refer to it is available in archive.org. Lale sir has compiled, Professor Lale has compiled a book called Tantra Yukti.
okay.
Tantra Yukti was a methodology that was followed in ancient Bharat, and you can get even Kautilya followed, Charaka Samhita followed, Sushruta Samhita followed. It was pan India, so you can that book is available with Sanskrit quotes in English, so you can
Okay.
refer to that book
Thank you very much, madam.
and
It was a
connect
good.
it to the contemporary research.
Okay. Ma'am, sorry, ma'am, it's a Tantra Yukti, no?
Yeah, Tantra Yukti.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other question?
Um, Good evening, ma'am. Ram Ram. This is Dr. Abhishek Dadhij. If I can ask a simple question.
Sir.
Yes, ma'am. I work with the Home Ministry, and sometimes, I've been trying to teach political science also earlier. Right. This is a wonderful session, ma'am. It's a question which probably can't be answered in the matter of few minutes, but out of utsukta, let me just still put it. When we try to look at when we try to sort of invigorate or punarutthan of the Indic systems, we tend to get into this tendency to look at our Gyan Parampara as being scientific, which is very deterministic in nature, which goes from premise to conclusion. A leads to B, and therefore, the thesis stands correct. I think this is fraught with a lot of danger. A. B, the question very as a corollary to this is that when we approach a particular discipline, let's say, for example, I am interested in security studies and international politics. So when I look at a research topic and when I utilize an Indic method, which you very, very brilliantly put and very lucidly put across today, I might still have problems in convincing the audience, which means the guide, the scholarship, that this is a valid system because of obvious political reasons and what is to be called as colonized viewpoint of scholarship. So which leads to then which then leads to students and scholars sort of giving up. I'm also saying this because of a personal experience. My first research proposal was with Sri Venkateswara University for my PhD, and they said it was a great decent proposal. They accepted, and they said you might not gain the traction that you might gain at another university. And I ended up then working at another university with the same proposal for my PhD, which happened to be on modernity studies. But that's a different story. But I think there is enough reasons to argue that there is a lot of hatotsahan that happens because of the contemporary gloom that surrounds Bharatiya Gyan Parampara. Thank you very much.
Can I answer your thing? I understand what you are saying, how much disappointed you are. I agree. Mainly with some government institutions, this problem comes actually because of various reasons which we cannot discuss right now here. And I'll give you an example of my own research scholar. He was a core RSS worker. core full time from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. He travels a lot because of his RSS passion. And he joined with us for his, he did PG and with PhD as well. And he himself chose his topic that from Gautama Dharma Sutras and Kautilya's Arthashastra, he decoded some principles, and his thesis is available in Shodh Ganga. And he proved with those ancient principles of Kautilya's Arthashastra and Gautama Dharma Sutra. He brought out that following these principles, Bharat can be topmost geographically, politically, it can be topmost in Asia. He proved it geographically, he proved it politically also. And it can be top in Asia. And then he submitted the thesis, and we sent to some blind peer reviewed, which is actually a university's protocol. Then that blind peer review, the remarks that came.
Sorry for the interruption. I think there is a network issue from Madam's end. Can you all hear me from my side?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
It's raining in Pune, so I think ma'am's network is fluctuating. So meanwhile, I would like to. Oh, ma'am is back. Yeah.
Yeah, is it from my side? I'm not sure. Okay. So, we should, for research, for bringing out anything new, it's always patience that is needed. Natitiksha samamasti sadhanam. You ask, I don't remember his name, that the person who has invented bulb, 99 times he failed. So, 100th time he passed. So 99 times that path is showing that this is wrong path, and the 100th time is a good path. So we have to, yeah, Thomas Edison, correct. So hope I have addressed your answer. Find out the ways where you can, you are in ministry also, the sir, somebody who has commented, I missed his name, somebody who has posted this. Find out the ways you will get.
Agreed, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for responding. I was just referring to the fact that we are the concerns and the conflicts are more systemic than
Yes.
scholarly in nature.
Yes.
But I think this is a
But sir, you can bring out independently, you can bring it out, you can write the articles, you can publish them.
No, brilliant. I mean, I think to sort of corroborate what I was referring to, if you were to use a Latin term like quid pro quo, which is of a foreign language, in a research proposal, it is never frowned at. But due to Sanskrit having become a subaltern language, if you were to use a Sanskrit terminology in your research proposal, it would be frowned at, which is what we are battling against. And I mean, I don't want to make the discussion political in nature, but I'm more interested in linguistic methods of research, and I think what you're doing is a brilliant work.
I'm really extremely sorry if it is from my side. It's heavily raining here. Maybe that could be the reason.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any other question?
Uh, Good evening, ma'am. Can I ask?
Yeah.
Yeah, myself Geeta. So, my question is more of we have such a rich heritage, and then we have so much of research that has happened in past, and we know that it is there, and the fantastic documentation which is available in our civilization. But the thing is, like now, if we come to the contemporary happenings, are these coming into the application in our day-to-day life? And for example, now in Arthashastra, we have so many management techniques that are given by Kautilya, but are they coming into the management schools, and management schools are teaching the students, and they coming into the uh, life of our, basically day to day, and specifically in corporate. I come from corporate, and then we see only Western examples there and nothing from our
No,
Bharatiya
see,
system.
now the Ministry of Education has created a division called IKS division. They are really encouraging. And there are some institutes, including my institute where I'm working. We teach Indic psychology also. Along with modern psychology, we take Indian psychology. So we are not denying the modern. We are teaching parallelly the Indian psychology so that the present generation, the psychology students can learn both. So
Okay.
similarly, management, yes, it is a bit slow, I understand, but government is creating so many, giving so many funds to create courses. They are encouraging, and also they can bring out a course structure or projects and bring out. It is tough and slow, but not paused. Things are happening.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I agree. And whatever research that is happening in the Samskrita ocean that is happening, they is it like they're all kind of bookish and not coming to the application side of it? What's your opinion on that, ma'am?
What do you mean by education side of it?
Bookish means like research happens, and then they're there as a thesis and then archived somewhere. They're not getting into uh, the day-to-day, probably in education system or in other than Ayurveda. I don't see uh,
Ha.
the knowledge base
See,
coming.
listen. Now there is an awakening, alarming and awakening in the society. Okay, something called the Indian knowledge system. IKS has become a very fancy word now. Has become. So now what the NEP 2020? Just it's been 6 years that it has started, and for implementing even in many states, it was not. It is not implemented. So what the government is planning is first change the mindset of the young children. Now, right from the primary section, they are including our Bhaskaracharya, our Aryabhatta. The syllabus is slowly being changed. Now, when the mindset of the young people get changed, when they are grown up, when they come up as adults and join in any profession, then obviously this IKS also will be implemented. It is all time consuming.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
So, as an individual, as a scholar, suppose somebody is many are doctorates here who have joined here. So, as an individual, what is your contribution? Go ahead, either for a funded project or for a publishing an article or designing a syllabus. Go ahead. As an individual, you contribute automatically, it will lead. So, how much a government can do it? It is in the hands of citizens as well.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
Geeta ji, you got this doubt whether management I see only in these aspects, modern management and all. Now, as an individual, I don't know your profession and all. Somewhere you bring out with there are so many books you can find principles of in Bhagavad Gita, management principles from Bhagavad Gita. Many have articulated. Bring out and introduce, conduct some lectures, give some thoughts to the young generation.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Or if you are a passionate writer, write and publish it. Now, social media is very, very fast.
Yeah, yeah.
Utilize it in a positive way.
ma'am, can I ask a question?
Hello.
please?
Yeah.
Windy, hello.
Yeah, Windy
Dr.
ji, yeah.
Ma'am, we talk a lot on assessments now, in our educational institutions. Holistic assessment cards is the talk of the all institutions. So how can we implement our Indic strategies to create holistic report cards? Can we do that?
Correct. Good question, and I have got a wonderful answer for this.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
You have Bloom's taxonomy. You're talking about Bloom's taxonomy, right?
Yes, they are promoting that to make those kind of
Yes.
assessment
Yes, Bloom's
strategies. But how
taxonomy.
can I include Indic studies in that? Indic way of
Correct. Now, it is very tough, as I mentioned just now. I have written an article on Bloom's taxonomy, the principles of Bloom's taxonomy and Upanishadic pedagogy. Understanding, analyzing, memorizing, all these are Bloom's taxonomy, right? It is already there in Upanishads. So I presented it in some international conference, and my paper is ready. But still, it is very, very tough to get into that. Now, if your management is ready to take up that Indic system, go ahead with that holistic approach.
Okay.
But it should come through proper policymakers or government. Then it will be a little. It will go like a fast track.
We can use that Panchakosha model and all, ma'am.
Yes, Panchakosha, Upanishadic model. Upanishad is the best model for pedagogy.
Okay. And now
I compared the Bloom's taxonomy with Upanishadic pedagogy, and I came up with an article there.
Okay. Ma'am, please share the link for the article so I can read.
Sure, definitely. Yeah, Pushpaji has raised her hand. Yes, Pushpaji.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm as from the management MBA background.
Okay.
I teach MBA students, and we are integrating to an extent. We are integrating IKS through some discourses and special lectures that we have been conducting to students. But as management education is increasingly embracing AI today, how can we ensure that these Indic values and frameworks can shape research decision making? I don't want that to be merely treated as some historical references. So how can we actually go beyond that?
So, do you want to connect Indic scriptures, Indic knowledge with management, or AI with management? Which one you wanted to ask?
No, my question here is, we can integrate Indic knowledge with management principles, such as, for example, leadership, governance. We have wonderful examples that we can cite. But today, what is happening is AI coming into research rampantly used, specifically with reference to Gen Z. Okay, how can we actually integrate this to ensure that these values, Indic values, frameworks, meaningfully shape research or decision making?
Okay, like following ethics and all.
Yeah.
See, AI, let it take place. Let AI takes its place. We do not know whether it grows or whether it is. It will come back again. It will drop. We are hearing so many things. But as an individual, as an Indic person, if you want to promote the management principles, like if you take Sundarakanda, one of my students has written and did some dissertation on Sundarakanda, how Hanuman in Sundarakanda, Hanuman's role in Sundarakanda can be compared as a team leader.
Okay.
He was best chosen as a team leader. How? Why was he chosen? There are so many, Nala, Angada, so many are there. What made Sugriva to choose Hanuman there? So you take small stories, small episodes, and come up with some example. You can search in YouTube. You may get. I have given lectures to Arya University where management techniques in Ramayana and Mahabharata.
Okay.
So take small characters or incidents and connect with management.
Okay.
That's how you can promote IKS.
Sure,
See,
sure.
the Ramayana and Mahabharata, they are not as narratives.
Hmm.
They are not mythologies. It is mithya that they are mythologies.
Hmm.
They are our itihasas.
Yeah.
And you can take physics, you can get chemistry, you can get
Hmm.
management, you can get aesthetics. That is an ocean. They both are an ocean. The
True.
oceans. So endless topics we can get from Ramayana and Mahabharata.
Hmm.
Yes, Krishna Mohan Garu, you can ask the question.
Thank you.
How?
Thank you, ma'am. I was just responding to the question asked by one of the participants. How you can integrate the AI into the kind of Indic research? Because I just wanted to share one example quickly. I was
Please.
presenting a paper wherein I have used AI to give me a framework of leadership from Mahabharata, Ramayana, and Bhagavata. It has given a framework, and with that framework also, it has given some references. So though AI gives something, we do believe that it has a lot of hallucinations. But the human brain has to really eliminate those hallucinations and check with the basic scriptures as to what is the validity of the framework given by that, and then conduct a research. That has come
Wonderful.
out with very nicely, and I have presented a paper in Satyasai Institute of Higher Learning, Anantapur and Puttaparthi. It was well received, ma'am. Because I just wanted to share this with you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
wonderful. This is how we can promote, even with AI. Good example, sir. Yes,
Definitely,
somebody
we have to be
raised.
open for collaborative research, ma'am, rather than specific institutions carrying it out. Opportunities for collaborating will be really a welcome move.
Correct. Somebody has raised Vivo.
Yeah, Vivo V2518, the name is not visible, and that will be the last question. Sorry to say.
Hello, ma'am. I am there. I am Runu Viswas from Vishwangla Vishwavidyalaya. I am there are many about any more questions. How about as a social science researcher? Uh, what I choose many books and starting in the research. I'm subject is political science and international relations. How to specialization and specific research method. How to many others book and कौन सा वाला साइट जो हमारा वो लेना है वो हम कैसे करके हमारा रिसर्च हम
A good
शुरुआत कर
question.
सकते हैं
A good question. See, आपको अंग्रेजी समझ में आता है? हिंदी में बताओ, अंग्रेजी में बताओ?
मैम दोनों कंफर्टेबल है
हाँ. So, no guide, no supervisor will give a topic, do this topic and do it. A researcher, the topic, the passion should come from within. You should know in which area you want to work. Then only it will be your research. Otherwise, it will be your research supervisor's topic. Okay, you should come up. That's what called nijidhyasa, introspect. Go and do what research. Somewhere that Spotavada works and gives you the answer. Prakriti gives you the answer. Be inquisitive, be intuitive, and it will come from within. Yes,
okay
next.
ma'am thank you ma'am
Yeah, one last question. Somebody has raised, ma'am, Soumya ji. We can address one last question.
Yeah, I think BM050. Sudipta ji, you can ask the question, and that will be the last question. Sorry, we will be closing after that question. Actually, she has messaged me. Sudipta ji has messaged me that she has some network issue, and her question has like 3 to 4 questions, ma'am. I'm just going to pick one. How can Indic knowledge be useful in solving present day social or public policy issue?
Okay, you take Ramayana, Mahabharata, Kautilya, any Shastra Grantha you take, they are all, they have given the framework. We have to identify, we should know, we should explore that framework and applicable, how is it applicable to the modern world? Like I gave the example of Sundarakanda. We might have heard Sundarakanda as a story about Hanuman's journey crossing the ocean to find Sita. But did you ever think about management there? Did you ever think about psychology there? So it's a framework which can be applicable to any aspect. So you should explore, bring out the framework and try to apply to the contemporary world.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of announcements to make. One thing is I had already put it in the chat box about our Prabandhan website. SES is having a repository of Bharatiya management courses, books, links, YouTube videos, and everything related to specifically Indic management thoughts. So I put the link in the chat box. It's called Prabandhan. So people who had questions about courses and things like that can refer to that website. It's a repository. And to answer a lot of questions which people had today about course modules, I was actually following few scholars who were telling that they were management teachers and they have the IKS inclination, and SES is actually designing a lot of course modules and case studies on Bharatiya management. So interested people can email me. I have sent my email ID also, soumyabs@SES.edu. So people can email me about their interest in contribution, or if they want any course, if they want to contribute, or if they want us to contribute something in any way. So the whole idea is to disseminate. So it's not about any commercial arrangement here. So it's about disseminating the Bharatiya management thought. Having said that, in the display, if you can see, we have on August 8th a research publication session that is happening in our campus in Nagarbavi, Bengaluru. So interested can contact me for that session also. It's a one-day session. It is happening on 8th August 2006. That is on Saturday. Ma'am, with this, we have come to a close. I am humbly honored. We are all blessed to be with you today. There are a lot of seniors with us here, a lot of elderly people. Pranams to them, pranams to you, ma'am, for giving us an opportunity to hear. And thank you so much. Thank you for joining. I thank your institution and the management from my institution, our director, Dr. Gaurisha sir, and especially my interns, my intern Anupama, my intern Vedant, and my intern Shabana, who has helped me to coordinate this, and all the staff here. Special thanks to all the participants who have joined. We are going to share the recording. We have the recording with us. We are going to share it with you all. Please fill in the feedback form. If you do not want a feedback form link or something, you can just email me. I will pass on the feedback to ma'am. And then if there are people who want continuous sessions on these, like series of sessions, more knowledge to be gained on research methodologies, Indic research methodologies, please email me or message me. And I thank all of you for joining. Thank you, ma'am, once again. Have a nice evening. Thank you all.